I'm going to start the recording. So I'm super excited. This is our actual leadership group once a month meeting, but we decided as a leadership group, if you don't mind muting yourself, if you see on the bottom left, there's a little mute button. We have a nice clean recording. I'll certainly see what I can do here. Okay, good, awesome. So this is our leadership normal. We do a Monday, first Monday of the month, but 4th of July was on a Monday, so we moved it to Tuesday. And then we decided last minute, hey, let's bring on some of our personally enrolled Ruby bound distributors who are absolutely ready to just rock out this month, because everybody knows, right, that there's double cruise points going on right now. So no longer 2,500 for you and your personally enrolled, but now it's 5,000 points for you and your personally enrolled distributor. So this month is already, we're at the 5th. So we really have, the time is ticking, and we have some serious groundwork to do to get to that Ruby, help you get to that Ruby position. So we're really, really, really excited about having you guys jump on, be ready. Congratulations to you for being focused in this month of July. So we're really super excited for this. So before we get started, I have a little devotion from the Jesus Calling book. And this one, it says, "Let me fill you with my love, joy, and peace. These are glory gifts flowing from my living presence. Though you are an earthen vessel, I designed you to be filled with heavenly contents. Your weakness is not a deterrent to being filled with my spirit. On the contrary, it provides an opportunity for my power to shine forth more brightly. As you go through this day, trust me to provide the strength you need moment by moment. Don't waste energy wondering whether you are adequate for today's journey. My spirit within you is more than sufficient to handle whatever this day may bring. That is the basis for your confidence. In quietness, spending time alone with me, and confident trust, relying on my sufficiency is your strength." So we're going to need that. We're going to need some serious strength this month as we really focus on getting this job done. So who's excited? Put your hand up if you're excited to go Ruby by month end. Seriously, this is very exciting to see this. Okay, keep your hand out because I'm going to take a picture. And smile. Because I'm going to remember all y'all that said we're ready to go for this. Ready? One. Oh, actually, somebody else needs to take it because my my phone is fully full of photos. Who else? What other leader can take a picture quick? It's completely no more storage. Is there anybody else that can grab their phone quick and take it and post it? Anybody have some space? I am fully full. I have to delete a whole bunch of stuff. Anybody have a camera around somewhere? Clear? Maybe you're using your camera or your phone.
I would, but I can't see everybody. I can just take screenshots of each page of people.
Oh, okay. So then do I need to change it to?
No, it's just on my phone.
Okay.
Oh, I can do it, Liz.
Okay, quick do it. Ready? Put your hand up. Go in, Ruby. Smile big.
Oh, I don't have good lighting in here. I don't trust my phone. It doesn't look good. I mean, it's like half blinked out. It's all.
Harley, seriously.
No, I'll post it. What do you want me to say on it? We're just going Ruby?
After it's done, you can just find something fun that, these people are ready. They're on fire, ready to go Ruby by month's end. These people are going to be on the cruise, right? Because if you listen to the corporate call, it said, remind me, guys, if you remember exactly the numbers, but like to have a half cabin, wasn't around that 5,000? No, 4,000 mark? Yeah, Stephanie's shaking her head. And then for full cabin, I forget exactly what that was right now. Around that
6,000.
6,000. So there you go. So you just help one Ruby go. You're gonna get 5,000 already. Go help 2 people on your team go Ruby. Then you can get, the 10,000 get a full. hopefully. I mean, obviously numbers will change. People are going to be working their tail ends off because this is the last month to go for that. But how exciting. All right, so what do you need to do? First things first is print off your steps to success. One thing that that really was a big aha moment, and hold yours up if you've got yours printed off, and if you're right by your computer, print it off right now so that you make sure that you know where you're going. This is our lifeblood of our business. You need to concentrate on bringing loyal customers and bringing distributors. Now, for you to qualify for being Ruby, you have to have 4 loyal customers. You cannot have 3 active loyal customers and, like, say your 4th one decides to become a distributor and you upgrade them. You still have to find a 4th one to make sure that you have that by month end. So you do need to make sure you have 4 active, qualified, loyal customers, and then you need to make sure that you have the structure for Ruby. And does everybody know what that structure looks like? It does kind of show it sideways here, but you should definitely go to the document library, go to the charts, just put in search charts and find the Ruby chart and print it off, because that will show you exactly what it looks like. So just to kind of reiterate, because some of you might be brand spanking new. So this is you, and then you're going to look for 3 distributors that are going to come into your business, and of those 3, one of them is going to bring 2 distributors on, or you can also place distributors on each one. If you have any background noise, make sure you mute if you don't mind, just so we have a clean recording for those that couldn't make it on right now at this evening hour. So that's what your Ruby structure is going to look like, and this is your focus. So what does that mean? You're not going to be doing anything else that is not going to be related to asking people to be product testers for you, well, customers, or join you and become distributors, and you're going to help them go Ruby. You're going to help them actually by month end. If they'd like to be on the cruise, you're going to help them go there too. So not necessarily everyone's going to do that, but if you can get 1 to do that or 2 to do that, how awesome to business build as well and grab their loyal customers. So that's going to be your big, big, big thing that you want to make sure that you're focusing on. This is it all month long. So if you're asking yourself every day, like, okay, I posted 18 times today, do you necessarily get paid to post? No, you don't. You do, the way that you're going to get more distributors and more loyal customers is by personally reaching out to people. So that's going to be something where that's an active thing that you're doing. You're actually out blitzing. You're actually out inviting them to, like for us, we have local wrap parties. So if you're not local, it would really be a good idea for you to set up an actual wrap party to have happening at least once a week, if not a couple times a week. And so that's a great opportunity for you to invite people while you're out and about and giving them blitz cards to invite them to your event and giving them a flyer. So you'll want to do that all month long. You want to message people all month long, getting on the phone, being excited about what you have to offer, what this is doing for you, what you can help do for them through this business, what it will do for them. Another thing that you really want to focus on is if you don't know how to answer people's questions, then you're going to definitely want to ask the distributor who invited you on here if they would do a 3-way call with you or do a Zoom with you so that you can actually help your upline can help you answer and close the questions of your potentials that you have. So that's another huge, huge thing. Make sure that you take advantage of that to get people on, because that's going to really help you answer the questions that you don't know the answers to, for your people. So those are huge things that you're going to want to really, really, really focus on. Leaders, what are the things that are you doing that you feel that are huge and very just crucial during this month for building to help build to Ruby?
I personally am just reaching out individually to each of my personally enrolled distributors and letting them know that I'm there for them, and that if they have any questions, also suggesting the 3-way calls or getting them on a Zoom with their potentials, whether it's distributors or loyals. And I'm also showing them that I'm not asking them to do anything more than what I'm already doing myself. So, I'm setting the bar for them as well by constantly doing events, getting myself out there, reaching out to new people. Every time I go somewhere, even if it's just a gas station, if it's a grocery store, if it's, just out walking the dog, I have Blitz cards with me, or I'll be wearing my gear. And every opportunity that is presented to me, I don't have an excuse as to why I can't talk to them about the products or the business.
I love that. That's awesome. And I know Becky's been, festivities, parades, going on this summer, wherever you go. I was really thankful that I had a distributor that joined last month, and she was thinking of quitting, and she decided to change her mind, and thankfully, because she wants to go Ruby now. So I was really excited about that. And she's ready to just get really serious about this. And she's like, you know what? I think I can do this. And of course you can do that. Of course, it's a mindset thing, and you do have to clear some things off your plate, but also just be creative. If you're taking vacations, then just make sure you're prepared. Make sure that you have Blitz cards. Make sure that you have wraps. Make sure that you have saran wrap in your or fab wrap in your purse or your bag. Be prepared to ask people, hey, can I connect with you on Facebook? Be prepared to ask for people's information because you'd like to put them into a drawing that you do. Whether that's that people like to do the wrap, 50% off wrap drawings, or spa party drawings for 6, cutting up a wrap into 6 pieces and letting them use for a chin piece for chin wraps, whatever that might look like for you. What are some other ideas that you guys are doing all month long to really keep yourself, moving and making this happen for you? I don't have all the great ideas. Stephanie, go ahead.
What I offered at my 4 girls this month was kind of like what you do. I don't know if can you hear me?
Yeah.
Like the 400 club, because last month the girls were all really close to 400, like 332 or 880 or 381. So they were just really close. So this month I had said that if they get in the 400 club that I would get them something. I haven't told them what, like Blitz cards or wrap, facial. I got a bunch of stuff from the It Works store the other day, some socks. So I just had offered my 4 girls that. So
that's a great idea. That is an excellent idea. We do have, for those of you that are on here that maybe don't know, we do have a July focus group going where we are meeting weekly. So if you don't know about that, write yourself a note to talk to your upline to let them know you want to be added to that. So that's going to be where we meet weekly, and there are weekly prizes. So that is something that's a half an hour long. We just meet quickly. We talk about some successes that are going really well. We share some ideas. We share some inspiration, and we get off and keep moving. So that's a weekly thing, and there's 4 Wednesdays this month. So if you want to be a part of the July focus group, make sure you ask your distributor, your upline, to say, hey, I want to be part of that. And they can add you to that thread. And it's not a management thing. So it's not like where I'm giving you tasks every day, because you know what? These are your tasks. Steps to success. Adding loyal customers, adding distributors. That's how we're paid. That's what your focus should be. So the biggest thing, too, is your hundreds list. You can't say enough about that. Get your hundreds list printed off and start adding names to that, and then start messaging those people. Start, asking if you can have lunch. Ask if you can go out for coffee dates. Ask if you can just get together at the park, and then talk their what's going on in their life, but then also talk about business. Have some samples along. Have those kinds of things along to get them started. So we can be creative in the summer. That's what's really awesome. So, all right.
I just was going to give a helpful little tip that for those that are that you set up coffee dates with that are potential distributors, one thing that I found that's been really, really helpful and really just makes them see that this is duplicatable is not taking anything. I literally just have my phone. I used to take I would have a catalog, I'd have a couple samples with me, and I would have my Blitz cards, I'd bring my laptop, I'd have my binder, and that was just too much. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what was scaring some people off, because they're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to have to lug this kind of stuff around. So I had to kind of retrain my brain and like, okay, Becky, you need to simplify this because other people need to see that they can do this too. So now what I do, I might have like, you know, because I always have like greens on the go and some greens choose and wow in my purse. And, you know, if they show interest in that, I can say, here, try one of these, like when we're at coffee or something, you know, ask for a water and they can try it. But I found that the more simple I make it, the more successful I'm having and the more excited the potential distributors are getting. Like, oh my gosh, she didn't have to bring anything with her. She just has her phone and she was able to show me anything I needed to know right from her phone. So
I love it. It's true. It's absolutely true. If you had the chance to watch that Show Me the Money Zoom that Pam Sauter did there was about 3 or 4 people from the top 10 income earners. They absolutely talk about simplicity. And so for those of you that aren't in that leadership thread, ask for that. The people that are in there can give it to you. I know I put it on Team Enter. If you're part of It Works Team Enter page, it is called the Show Me the Money Zoom. And it was the latest one from Monday night. And it is awesome. And they talked about, if you listen to Conway's, Lori and Quentin Conway, they said, you know, what we found ourselves having issues with is we complicated things too much along the way. So they said and all of you leaders, especially that are on this call, this is something that we all have to really be conscientious of. When we bring distributors into this business, we need to not add them to a bunch of threads, add them to a bunch of all this stuff and start overcomplicating things and making them feel overwhelmed. I think that's a big, big, big issue that makes people say, I just can't do this. This is crazy. And so I love how Becky said, we just have to totally simplify. If, you know, the thing should fit in your purse, like my wraps, my Saran wrap is in my purse. It's like a handbag thing that I have. So it all fits in my purse. And a few greens on the go and maybe a step to success and just those kinds of things fit in my purse when you're on the go wherever you are. But Conway said when someone joins, the first thing they say in your first step that you need to do is go get your 4 loyal customers, your 4 product testers. That's the first thing they tell them. They don't send them all this other crazy jazz and watch this and do that and watch that and print that. They just said your first job is to get your 4 loyal customers, and then we'll work on your 3 distributors. So steps to success. Keep it super, super duper simple. Like really simple. I think for those of us, especially this being a leader call too, we've been in it for a while, some of us. And so you just kind of like, well, they should, you know, whatever. We forget how it was when we first started. And it needs to be so, you know, you don't give, like Lori said, you don't feed them a pepperoni pizza, a newborn baby. They don't know how to process that. They'll choke on that, right? They'll die. So if you think of a newborn baby, you feed them breast milk or formula. So we have to think about that when we're building our businesses and bringing people on. Small, bite-sized, small tasks. And I am so guilty of it too. So that's something that I'm really preaching to the choir about as well. So for all of you that are on here that are personally enrolled, that have not hit Ruby and are going for Ruby, that is what your goal is, steps to success. This is what you're doing. So if you haven't hit Ruby yet, this is your goal for this month. If you do these steps, you will go Ruby by the end of this month. Can you do it in 26 days or whatever that's left in the month? Yes, you can. Do you know there's people who have gone diamond in 9 days? Don't tell me you can't go Ruby. You can go Ruby. If you make up your mind, you put an action plan together, and you do not get sidetracked and distracted. Your goal is 4 loyal customers and helping your distributors complete their steps to success. So that's what it is. Keep it simple. If you start getting off that, you got to get back to it. That's what your job is when you have your power hour, if you work full time, or if you have whatever time pockets of time you have to work it. But it will happen. Ruby will not happen accidentally. It will happen intentionally. That's the only way that you put that goal in front, and this is what I'm going to make happen for this month. So who's excited? And I want to hear what you guys are doing, especially those that are of you that are guests on this leadership call. You have been chosen. You know, your leader has seen some amazing things in you and said, you know what? I want to partner up with these people. These people are positive. These people are vision oriented. We see great leadership in them. This is why we're bringing them along, because we have a lot of us have a lot of distributors underneath. We could ask anyone, but we're not asking just anyone. We're asking people that we see greatness in, and we really see adding value to our team and being great leaders and really helping to raise up new leaders as well. So tell me, what are you most excited about? Like Julia, Oliver, I want to hear. Unmute yourself and tell me what you're most excited about for this month going Ruby.
I don't know. Go Ruby, I guess.
Go Ruby. Awesome. So what is your first action step? What are you going to do when you get off this Zoom?
I've already got 2 customers. I got to get 2 more.
Okay, awesome. And you're a brand new distributor, Julia?
Yes.
Awesome. Where are you from?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
Yep.
Cool. I was going to say there's a little southern drawl there.
Yes, that's my husband.
That's awesome. You know, and I think the biggest thing is really getting, your little bit of if you just make a little whiteboard or get something, a vision board set, that gets you really excited about what you're going after. So that's exciting. Very cool, Julia. What about you, Miss Tessie? What are you most excited about? What are some action steps that you're thinking of you're going to be doing here?
I just need to focus on getting distributors.
Okay.
And that means meeting new people so that I can find ones that are interested in working in business.
Okay. So do you have an idea of where you're going to do that? Are you going to do that through Facebook? Some through Facebook, some through, blitzing out and about? How are you planning on doing that?
I'm not really sure how to talk about the business plan through Facebook itself, but I have been going through my hundreds list with my Facebook friends and at least asking them about being product testers for me and stuff like that. But if anybody has any good ideas on like how to switch from that, I just don't know if a lot of people use Facebook for distributors and just how really to do it that way. But I know that it would probably be a lot easier to have people try the products first, and then they can decide if they want to be a distributor or a customer for that.
Okay, anybody have tips for Miss Tessie on how who finds distributors through Facebook, and how are you doing it?
I personally do. And one thing that I do is when I talk to them, when they like or comment on one of my posts about a product or success that I've had, and they start asking me questions about the products, I'll give them the information. And again, I keep it really simple. I answer a question with a question. So if they ask me, what is the loyal customer program? I tell them it just means that you're just going to be a product tester for me for 3 months and give me a product testimonial at the end of that. And then, continue on the conversation. And like I said, I answer the question, and then, I'll ask them and say, while I've got your attention, would you mind if I ask you a personal question? And they always say, go ahead. And I'll say, could you use a couple extra $100 a month? Or would you be interested in hearing about the business or hearing about how you can, make enough money to pay for your products? And then that usually starts up a conversation. And then a good thing to do if you're not sure what to say, get with your upline. You can get with me or Liz or Angela and have them get on a 3-way call or on a Zoom, or there's recordings too that you can send, opportunity calls.
I love that. I just listened to a quick, another Zoom that I had saw on a leader page, and she had said the way that she was approached with it, she was interested in the wraps. So Tessie, this was someone who was just interested as a customer, and her upline now, she's a distributor now, she said to me, the wraps are $59, but for $40 more, you could actually start making some extra income. Would that be something you're interested in? And she said, as a distributor now, she said, I wasn't even thinking about that at all. Like the distributor part hadn't even run across my mind. But when we were talking about the loyal customer part, and then she said, and oh, by the way, for $40 more, you could go into business and start making extra income. Would that interest you at all? Or do you need that extra income? And then she was like, oh, yeah, actually, my kids are going to be in dance. You know, I'm a stay-at-home mom. My husband works full-time. I actually could use the income. So I think sometimes, even when somebody approaches you just about the products, don't be afraid to add, after you've discussed with them, to the very end and say, oh, by the way, I never even asked you. Do you need to make extra income? You know, or do you want to get your product for free? You know, just like Becky was saying too. So I think that's okay to say that. That's kind of like saying, would you like fries with that? You know what I mean? Would you like this with that? I mean, you're always going to offer them what's there, and they can always say no. But unless you say it, they're probably not even thinking about it. They're probably just thinking, I want the wraps. Does that help, Tessie?
Yeah, that helps a lot. Thank you.
Okay, great. Okay, what about, who else is on here that you guys want to call out, that you want to hear what they're most excited about? I know I have Liz French. Are you available to get on? I know she's got kiddos at home. What are you most excited about, girl? Lizzie Pooh?
Give me just a couple minutes. I'm in with Anna right now.
Okay, we'll come back to you. How about some of you leaders that have your peeps on that you've invited? Call them out.
Well, Steph already talked. I mean, she is my gal, and she's rocking it hardcore, like big time. I can't even, I can't call her. I mean, she's already kind of talked about what she's doing. She's just been rocking it and sharing it with everybody, everywhere. And I know she's putting a lot of time into her new people that she's bringing on. So, Steph, unless you want to share a little more of what you're doing, I don't know. I've been really proud, so.
Sure, thank you. I have another distributor that's enrolling on Friday too, so I'm really excited to hopefully, or I should say hopefully, happen Ruby this month. A big thing, I got a call with Kim from one of her group things, and so it was nice to pick her brain. The big thing that she was teamwork. And I know we hear it like makes the teamwork. She just was like, do things with your team. And so like this Thursday with Rasmus, I asked them all to come, and even if obviously to get a guest, but even if they didn't have a guest, to still come and meet everybody. And I got magazines and tag board and start working on dream boards. And so we're going to do that on Thursday, and then I'm going to do another, even if I told them the end of July or the beginning of August. So I just want to really pour into them. I think it's really different this time because I've been in for 2.5 years and I've had a team before, and I feel really bad because I didn't pour into them. I just kind of was like, okay, here you go. You're enrolled later. And so I think that's probably a big thing right now, what I'm trying to do with my 4 girls, and then the one that will be joining on Friday as well. So thank you for the shout out. I don't know, I feel like I'm not really doing much, just like Liz says, our steps to success and enrolling those customers and distributors. So
Well, I think what you have been doing on that Zoom we listened to, the Pam Soder, Make Me the Money, I think one of the ahas I took away is something that they've said to all of us from day one is just, you need to be consistent. Ashley Sinclair was saying, if I have a good day, I work my business. If I have a bad day, I work my business. I'm just, consistent and work hard. And I think that's what I've seen from Steph these last couple months. She never stops. I know she's had hard days and hard things happen, but she just never stops. And I think that in itself is a testament to what you've been doing and why it's now you're reaping, the benefits of you've planted those seeds. And I think that's what's coming, to fruition now.
that makes sense. Like today I had Sawyer's echocardiogram, and I didn't want to work my business. I wanted to cry because the echocardiogram did not go well. But I wore my It Works gear, and I brought my Blitz cards with, and I've still been posting to people. And then waiting for that girl to message me today and be like, okay, I'm ready to join up. Okay. Well, good thing I still work my business today because I wanted to just sit in bed and cry instead. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
That's awesome. I love it. That's just, it is what it is. It is, it's all about that consistency, because just when you don't least expect, someone will be ready to join, and it's because you're like, oh yeah, that's right, I work my business every day, and all of a sudden these things start popping up. So it's awesome. I'm really excited for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Who else do we have here? Liz French, are you ready to chat? Maybe not quite yet. Who else here, guys, on the phones? Do we have anybody on the phones here? Chris Tollefson, can you chat? Tell us what you're most excited about, or any guests that you maybe have brought on.
I can chat.
Awesome.
What am I most excited about?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I don't know. I'm excited to go out and meet new people. I just need to get out there and do that. And I know a lot of the people that I had been talking to, you know, May, June, July, they were really busy months. So now as we're kind of getting towards the end of that, it's going to be go time, you know, like let's get together and figure out what's going on. And I know like my business is really slowing down because a lot of my people I work with and our hours are all being cut. So I'm taking a pay cut at work. They're taking a pay cut at work. So, you know, I'm getting them left and right saying, I have to cancel my auto ship. I'm sorry. And I'm what do? You know, you can't be mad at them, but you just keep working your business.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, when I'm with you guys, I'm a different person. That's what I noticed. I need to be surrounded by other people that are like-minded. You know, because I had no problem blitzing when we were together.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm by myself, I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah, you do. It's very important to plug into people who are like-minded and who are encouraging you and spurring you on to achieve your goals. You know what I mean? That is very, very important. And if you have people who suck the life out of you, the energy-sucking vampires from the Energy Boss book that we've been reading,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's a real thing. That's a real thing. And I was going to say, for your people who are losing their jobs and cutting their hours, then I would be saying, well, this is a perfect time to start a business. You know, and you can show them how to pre-sell their wraps. So that for me, I would say, you know, guys, you're saying you can't do your auto ship. How about join on? You know, how about let's go work this together? There's a $500 bonus up for grabs. There's a cruise happening that you can get on. Literally, a person can join tomorrow, go Ruby themselves, get 5,000 points. You get 5,000 points and get a half cabin right now. So that's what's insane, that a person can join already tomorrow and still be on the ship. That's what's really crazy. So, you know, that's what I would be saying to them. And then, you know, let's just try it. Let's go for it. Let's start something so you have income, especially if you're not for sure if your work's going to even be there, you know?
Right. And I've tried that too. And, you know, everybody's just kind of like skittish right now or something. I don't know.
Sure. Well, then maybe you're not for your bus, because we want good, energetic, optimistic, not people you're dragging along, because we don't need people who are dragging along. You need to be excited about what we've got here. It's very special.
That's why I said I need to get out and meet new people, because, I mean, this small little area that I'm always in, it's not doing it right now, so I need to get out there and I need to get a bigger circle type thing, you know?
Sure. So be writing down how that's going to happen and how you're going to make that happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome.
Can I ask a question of Chris?
Yeah.
Do you have any people on your team that are local to you?
I don't have anybody on my team that I know personally. I have not personally enrolled anybody.
Okay. The reason I'm saying that is just because one thing that I found once you do get people on, or even if there's other distributors, maybe they're not necessarily on your team, but they can be sidelines, you know, partner up with someone and, you know, go blitzing together, you know, make a date like once a week or every other week or something. when you guys have time to do it together, and just even if it's just 30 minutes, and go blitzing together and kind of challenge each other, maybe do like a blitzing scavenger hunt or that type of thing.
Yeah, I work closely with Kayla. So she's got some really good energy that I try to feed off of. So she's helpful.
I am more than willing, in the evenings here as we move through this month, I am more than willing. We'll be gone in Florida. Obviously, green carpet's coming up, and we're going to be heading this Saturday till next Saturday. But I am more than willing to meet people in the evenings and go blitzing together. I am more than happy to do that. If you feel like you need some energy, and need to be wild and crazy and have some fun and go Facebook Live, because we'd like to do that, like to show people how corny we are when we're blitzing and, that kind of a thing. I'm up for that. I'm up for evening, stuff, because I know we do a lot of daytime stuff too. We do the parks for those that can that don't work during the day. So we would do that every Thursday, and then we always have our wrap events too on Thursdays. So, ooh, look at that.
Raising my hand.
That's a lot brighter. You want to go, Kayla?
I miss being in school. Can you tell? I was just talking with Chris how we were, or I had seen who did that. Instead of a lemonade stand, a green stand, and then doing Facebook Live while you're starting up your green stand. And summer's the perfect time to have your kids. I mean, I maybe wouldn't feel as comfortable setting up a green stand if you're just there by yourself, but having your kids involved, hey, kids always draw in people. So,
Kayla, I love that.
So stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll be watching for that. That will be awesome. Yeah, there's so many things, guys. I mean, there's events going everywhere. I saw that Colleen and her honey were up at Valley Fair, and she was totally prepared with Blitz cards and her gear on. And, every place is an opportunity. If you look around you, there is opportunity everywhere. We went to Iowa to pick up my daughter. My parents and I, we just met, and I was everywhere I had a chance to stop and message or hand out something and put something up and connect with people. It's everywhere. It's just truly everywhere. So, yeah, there's opportunity everywhere. So, yeah, we're cool with going anywhere. Just say, and we can do some evening stuff. That's no problem. It's fun, too. Okay, who else is excited? How about some of these call-in people? Rudy, you were chatting before. What are you most excited about, girl?
Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Okay, awesome. So Alyssa has been really great on giving me if you do, or try to do this today, really keeping me accountable, because right now I'm working 2 full-time jobs and dealing with a lot of family stuff. And this, my long-term goal is to pay off all my student debt in 5 years, and I think that It Works is how I'm going to do that. So she's been really keeping me accountable on do this, talk to new people. And today alone, I've talked to 2 people who are friends of mine on Facebook, but I haven't talked to them in years. And so it's really nice just to reconnect, so it doesn't feel like just a sales or a business pitch or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And then tell them, this is what's new going on in my life. And they're also graduating from school and stuff like that. So they're also thinking about student debt. And so I'm using that for them. And also wedding season, my best friend is getting married in December, and a lot of other people I know are getting married. So might as well get the perfect body for the wedding. So that's really how I'm going after it right now.
That's great. That's exciting. And that's awesome. And you said you are where right now? You said you're in Colorado. So you have connections from St. Peter and Colorado.
Yeah.
And you're from Texas, correct?
Yes.
You got lots of different places.
Yes, ma'am.
Cool. That's great. All right, what about our other 2 callers? Anybody want to share what they're most excited about? How about Liz? I see you're on, girl.
Yeah, I'm on now. I guess, I've been really just overwhelmed the past month or so. I've been traveling the past 2 weeks and just been around a lot of people that they're kind of life sucking. And my goal is just to be around people. I need to find people that are willing to come to my house at night and help me stay focused. Because if I have people to work with, I can do it. It's not, just staying focused. That's my biggest thing. Trying not to be discouraged about it. But I met with a friend when I was in Arizona who I haven't seen since high school, 10 years. But she's one of my loyals, and she is this close to signing. So that was really encouraging for me that she was like, I just want to make that leap. I'm just not quite there yet. So
Did you have one great question? I like to, not to interrupt you, but one question I love to say is, what is it that's holding you back?
I think right now it's just financial, just not having the money to join.
And does she know about pre-selling her wraps and how you can help her with that?
Yep, we were talking about it. So
good. Awesome. Okay, anybody else want to share here? Okay, so I want to make sure that before I announce something that the leaders give me a thumb up if we're. Oh, go ahead. Was somebody chatting or wanting to share?
Yeah, I was going to say something real quick.
Oh, yes, Alyssa, go ahead.
So I have to say, I'm super excited for July. I know June was kind of a slow month, for me and my team. And everybody was kind of unplugged for a while. And I know it was probably because we're all getting into summer and we're all busy with our kids. But I can definitely tell that there's a fire that's been relit for July. And I don't know if it's because of this focus group being put together or if people have just, they're just refocused. And I'm refocused and I'm super excited for my team and for those that have claimed they've claimed it like that. And it doesn't matter if they're claiming Ruby or if they're just claiming that they're determined to move on to the next step. Just getting that communication out there and hearing these people say that they're ready to go, that gets me excited to just be with them 100%. And I know that, you always tell us, Liz, that we want to invest in those that want to invest in themselves. And I'm so ready and I'm super excited to see everybody on this group go to the next level. And I'm so excited to see the Rubies at the end of the month and for those on my team. So I just want to say that I'm so proud of each and every one of you for claiming it and being part of this because I'm super excited for it all.
Woohoo! I love that. All right, so give me a thumbs up, leaders, if I'm supposed to announce what I was going to announce before, because I didn't hear from everyone if I'm supposed to be announcing what I'm supposed to be announcing here. Leaders, I need to see your faces. Am I announcing what I'm supposed to be announcing here? Stacy, can you turn your video on? I hadn't heard from you yet. And she might be putting kids to bed. Do you remember what I said in the thread, Stacy? Are you on board for that? If you are, put your thumbs up. For me to announce that? Do you have somebody in here yet? Maybe, do you have a person? Okay, so maybe we'll see here. And you can always add somebody yet. You know what I mean? As the month goes on. Okay, so I at least can say one. I think it would be safe to at least do that. And we can always add more, I think. So this is what it is. So what we're going to do is there's going to be a prize. So not only are you totally getting rewarded from your company, you're going to be hitting, if you're still within your 60 days, you're going to get a $500 Ruby bonus for going Ruby. But you're also going to get 5,000 in points to pretty much, we'll see what the end points look like, but that should get you about a half cabin. Let's hope that you get on the cruise with that, right? But you're going to keep continually working on adding more and more and more to get as many points as possible for the month end. But then we also talked as leaders and we said, how about we offer something else? So this is what we're thinking we're going to do. So the leaders have decided that we're going to pitch in and get a tablet. A tablet, at least one. And if there's more leaders that pop on with more people, there could be more. So what happens if you go Ruby, you get your name into the drawing, and someone will win a tablet. Can that be for you for your business? Absolutely. Is that awesome for vendor shows? It is, to show the before and after photos going through. Is it really cool for your kiddos to say, you know what, kids? This month, Mama's going to be working really hard because there's also a tablet on, that we could win, and you guys could have that, to play with. So if we have a lot of you, I'm telling you, if there's a lot of you that go Ruby, then we will probably add multiple tablets, more than one, so that there'd be at least a couple, if not 3 of you, that would win it at the end of the month. That'll depend, though, on how many rubies pop, if that makes sense. So we're excited, guys. There's things up for grabs. There's plenty of things, besides the fact that you're going to go and get a $500 to $600 on average monthly income. There's plenty of stuff already. The compensation plan alone is fabulous. So who's excited? Hey, super excited. Super excited. All right, so was there any last thoughts here on people who did listen to the Show Me the Money Zoom, some ahas that you wanted to share? Because these are great things that all of us need to listen to. All of you should watch that Zoom. It would be very well worth your time.
Well, I only made it through a little bit of it, so I wrote down what I made it through.
Okay.
Because I have a nephew over and they're loud. What did she say? Pam said there's 60,000 thoughts that come to your mind daily, and 80% of them are negative. And I was like, holy cow, there's probably like 100 thoughts going through my head in a day, but that's just because I'm ADHD. But it's very sad how 80% of it is negative. Like, we need to make 80% of that positive. And like Chris said, hanging out with people that are like-minded like us definitely helps me in that area, because sometimes certain people can get to me. And what else? Who you are online should reflect who you are in person. So if you are gonna sit and be a social butterfly on social media, but you see that same person out in public and you shy away or like turn your cart to a different aisle, I used to be that way, but now I'm getting more bubbly. And a friend of mine just posted on Facebook yesterday saying, like, if you can't treat me the same way you do on Facebook when you see me in person, then, I'm basically going to delete you out of my life because you're bringing me down. So, yeah. And that's all I got.
Those are good points. Did you like the one where the couple, like I said, if you haven't watched it yet, make sure you head to Team Enter, or you ask your upline distributor and say, where is that? I'd love to watch the link. It's the Show Me the Money one from this past Monday, where Pam Souter is interviewing a few of the top 10 money income earners. I love this gal that said she works with anyone in her downline who's running, no matter how many. Like, some of you may be saying, well, I don't even have any distributors. But once you do start building a team, and say all of a sudden you have somebody that's on your 7th level or your 15th level or your 25th level, and they want to run, they don't sit there and say, no, you're not quite in the spectrum where I need you. I'm going to work with those who want to work, who really want to go for it, because the cream always rises to the top. So I love that when she said that. That was really a great aha for me. I also liked how they talked about, how people get thrown off and they say, well, maybe I need to go learn Instagram. And they get on Instagram and it totally slows their business down because they don't know, they're not figuring it out, right? Like, I went through that period where I'm like, well, these people are building on Instagram in 18 months, so I better go figure out Instagram. I hate Instagram. To this day, I hate Instagram. I don't like it. It's annoying and it takes time. So I have not actually been posting on there, but once every 5-6 days. That's not me. I don't like Instagram. I like Facebook. And I like being person to person, belly to belly, out just making conversations with people wherever I am. I don't like Instagram, so don't ask me how to do Instagram. I don't like it. It doesn't work for me. And if it works for you, awesome. That's so awesome. But I'm not going to spend my time where I don't love what I'm doing. So if you are trying to do something to try to be like somebody else and it's frustrating you, stop doing that. Go back to what you love, what gives you joy in this business. What makes you excited? What gets you up every single day to, whether it's Facebook or Facebook Live, sharing, hey, I'm drinking my greens today, I'm going live with that. This is how I do my greens and drink it. That gets you excited to do that. Do a lot of it. So that's a big aha moment. I love when Quentin and Lori Conway said, they thought of It Works was like the tree, and the branches of how you grow this business are several different ways, whether it's Instagram or Snapchat or Facebook or belly to belly or vendor events or whatever. It doesn't matter. People build this business however they want to build this business, whatever is their talent or their gifting. And you can do it anyway. You do not have to be an Instagram person to go to the top in this business. And that's a lie. If you're telling yourself that's the only way you're going to be successful, that's a lie. So I think that's a huge thing. You got to tell yourself, what do you love doing, and do a lot of that. And I know you maybe got to play around with it for those of you that are brand new, but once you find something that you're like, this is really fun, I'm loving this, then just do that. Because where you have joy in doing something, that's where you're going to be most successful. People are making faces, Sarah's art. Does that bring an aha moment to anybody? Like, you don't have to be in 5 different social medias. You don't have to be doing Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook. Blah, blah, blah.
I actually had. I was not laughing at you. I was laughing at someone making faces. No, actually, that was one of the things I wrote down, and then I couldn't remember the exact quote. It was something like, it doesn't matter how you do it if your why isn't big enough, or something like that, which is, I think, totally true too. I mean, it all tied in with what you just said, but that was one of the quotes I wrote down, and I'm not sure if I quoted it right, but it's something about that, about doesn't matter how you go about it. If you don't have that thing that drives you, and it doesn't really matter what or how you do it.
Yeah, I remember it said, if your why is not big enough, we can talk to you all day about Facebook, about how to go blitz, but if you really don't want to do what you came into this business to do, it does not matter. No matter how much a person talks to you or whatever, and you're just like, whatever, my why isn't that big anyways. I really don't believe in it anyways, Yeah, that's a good point. Anybody else? Stacey, I know you got to watch a little bit of anything you kind of took away?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, the one aha moment that spoke to me was, I think it was Quentin that was talking about that Satan's playground is in your egos and emotions. And to really have your 5 people that you surround yourself with to speak truth to you. Even though you don't want to hear it, but like maybe, like they say, we're all going to have your good times, you're going to have your bad days, you're going to have whatnot, but you have to have, like they said, they have a list, like literally they could name off those 5 people that might be sidelines or whoever, but that they can reach out to and just say, speak truth to me here, because the devil's playing with my emotions right now, or my, trying to pull me down or pull down my ego or whatever the case is. So that spoke a lot to me too, but that was a really, really good Zoom. I'm going to my team with that Zoom. I'm going to be sharing it with them and throwing a little challenge out for each of them to watch it, because I think there's so much that you guys already mentioned too, but I know when I first pull it up, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's an hour. Like that, like truly was my first thought, that I'm like, oh man, this is an hour. How am I going to watch this for an hour? But I went, I started watching it, and then I got disrupted by my kids, so I went for a walk tonight, and I had it on, rather than listening to my Pandora music, I was listening to the YouTube video, and I wouldn't come home. I almost got stormed on, but I wouldn't come home until it was done, so I wasn't able to see their faces, but I listened to it all. So I guess that was also an aha moment for me, because I always can't make up that excuse about my time, and listening in on these calls that are maybe 45 minutes or an hour or whatever, but then seriously, I just multitasked it. I went and still got my exercise in while listening to it. So I'm sick of making excuses on it, I'm just gonna multitasking, and it was the best Zoom that I needed to listen to. So it was great. It was good. So I'm making a list of actually my 5 people that I'm surrounding myself with. And that was the one thing too, like they said, is look at your friends that you have around you though too, and their lifestyles. Are they happy? Are they
You know, like you said, kind of about the energy energy bus. Like, do they drain you? What do their finances look like? What do their lifestyles look like? You know, look at who you truly surround yourself with and feed off of. I know I feed off of a lot of positive people, and I feel like I'm a better person when I do that rather than getting caught up in the negativity, because my personality is I can get pulled down really easily by negativity, you know. So yeah, those were my main things that I wrote down before I went for my walk.
Yeah, I agree. Those five people are very, very important. And especially you newbies that are on here, I mean, you really have to think about that. Like even if it's family can be the harshest people that are saying, why are you doing what you're doing? And, you know, I really realized, just like with Kim, our upline presidential, she really speaks life into me. And I really know that I need more people in my corner like that, because she's always urging me on and always speaking and encouraging me and saying and pulling out the gifts that she sees in me. Always, 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 always. Like always lighting a fire. When I get off the phone with her, I always feel like, man, does she make me feel like $1 million? That's the kind of thing that you should, when you get off the phone, someone is speaking so much life into you and saying, you know what, you can do this. You need to pursue this. You need to go after the dreams of your heart. You can do this. You know, you need that kind of thinking, that kind of where people are really just speaking life. So that's what's going to help you and encourage you to keep in that good circle. But, you know, just hanging with us and making sure that you come to the events that are available, even when you feel like you don't have a guest or you feel like you're just tired, come anyways, because that's when you're going to get filled up. All right. Any last things, guys? Otherwise, it's been an hour. And we're not going to meet until the end of the month. Like, we're not going to meet. This is not, if you want to meet weekly, you need to ask your upline, hey, I want to be part of the July focus group. That's where we'll meet for about a half an hour every single week. And every time you bring loyal customers and distributors on each week, you get into a drawing to win something. So that's the July focus group. This special group right here is the tablets. This is also Go Ruby. This is the Ruby Serious group where you're working directly with your upline who enrolled you, who's ready to rock with you. Okay? Awesome. Okay. So the last thing, if you haven't read, you know, personal development mindset is very, very key in this business, so you keep on course. Energy Bus, like Stacy Durning had said, that's a great $12 purchase to invest in your mind. Energy Bus by John Gordon. And the latest one that I've been reading is also by the same author, which I love. This is called Soup. And this one is a recipe to nourish your team and culture. It's rocking my world. And this one I'm just going to quick read to close this out. It says, who stirs the pot matters. So when it talks about soup, it means every person has their soup, meaning their life. And it really does matter who is stirring your soup, who's making your soup. And why grandma's soup? Why is it when you go home and grandmas or, you know, great grandmas or moms and dads, you're just like, man, they just have the best food always, right? And you just go, well, how come I can't make it? How come it just doesn't ever taste that way somewhere else? But when you go home to grandma's, it's just that special dessert or that special meal that she makes that no one else can even top that. So it says, grandma put her hand on Nancy's shoulder. Everyone thinks it's the food, right? Everyone thinks it's just the food, the recipe, and that's why it tastes so good. And while I use the freshest ingredients around, so do a lot of restaurants. Others say it's the recipes. And while my soup recipes have been in my family for generations, there's nothing special about the recipes. Sure, the recipes may taste soupy, the recipes make tasty soup, but there are lots of great recipes out there. The secret is me. Who stirs the pot matters, she exclaimed. You can't separate the soup from the soup maker. Why is that? Nancy asked, trying to wrap her mind around what Grandma was saying. Because you are the #1 ingredient in anything you make, Grandma said. Whether it's a painting, a poem, a house, a business, or a pot of soup, the energy you put into it impacts your creation. Grandma continued, for example, did you know that some wine experts can determine the personality of a winemaker by tasting that maker's wine? There is a common challenge experienced by chefs that I will call the stirring the pot phenomenon. No matter how carefully different chefs follow the same recipe, the final product always varies a little bit. Even if two chefs do everything exactly the same way, the meal will always come out a little differently. Who stirs the pot has an impact on what's in the pot. I'm just trying to think. I'm going to skip here a little bit. Okay, so this one. It's the same with our business. This is the last section. People always ask why our business is so good. So she's talking about her restaurant. She makes soup there. And it's not just the soup. The same energy Grandma puts into the soup, we put into our people and into our business. And this also applies to your business, Grandma said as she continued stirring the soup. Whether we are making soup, managing a restaurant, or leading a big company like Soup Inc., the stirring the pot phenomenon is the same. Then she said something so important that Nancy took out her notepad and pen and asked her to repeat it. Here's what Grandma said. The love and energy we invest into our life and work determines the quality of it. The love we share in raising our children or developing employees or helping a customer impacts the final product. The love or lack of love we give ourselves and share with others will determine whether life is sweet or sour. It determines the fabric and texture of our relationships and how others perceive and receive us. When we love our kids, they feel it. When we stir the pot at work with love, our customers and colleagues notice. Just as soup is a reflection of the soup maker, our lives, careers, and business are the reflection of the love and the energy that we put forth. So I'm going to leave you with that. So just think of when you're making your soup and you're building your business, you're building your family, you're building your children. Think of those things. So awesome Zoom tonight, guys. I am super excited about what's going to be happening at month end. I pray that I'm going to be ordering a second tablet, not just one, because there's going to be such an explosion of amazing rubies. We're just going to speak that out. We're going to speak that life into everyone that we're going to go for that ruby. So I can't wait to see what's going to be happening. I can't wait to be on that cruise with y'all and to be celebrating the awesome work. You can do it. It's 26 days of focused awesomeness. So any last closing thoughts? Otherwise, we're going to let this go, and I will get the recording up and put it into the leadership thread, which you guys can put out to anybody else that needs it. All right? Who's excited? Woohoo! You can do this, guys. So remember, your simple steps to success. That is your key, wherever mine is. Can't even find it. It's around here somewhere. This is what it is. So this is what you're going to be focusing on. Anything that's other than this, you need to put down. That's not helping you build. The way you're going to go Ruby is loyal customers and distributors and helping them do their steps to success. So you guys have a great night. All right. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Liz.
Thank you. God bless, guys.